Hi friend, welcome back to another video. I am so excited for today because we're going to be doing two of my favorite things, using discard and recycling leftover bread. So this is a scenario where I baked a loaf of bread because my starter creaked and I was like, well, what else should I do with my day? I guess I'll just make a loaf of bread. So I did, and I didn't have anyone to sell it to, and I thought I was going to save it for myself, and so I didn't think about it and I went straight to bed, and it got a little tough to eat by the next day because I didn't put it away. And so I had some bread that could be used, but I wasn't sure with what, and with the holiday that just passed, I was like, this is the perfect time. But I genuinely believe that these two recipes can be used for any holiday, but also like any dinner. Like, I'm just blanketing this as a new dinner recipe because I actually think I would eat this year round. So I'm very excited to be bringing these recipes to you. I love them so much. Like I said, I'm gonna make them year round now. So I'm gonna stop talking now and then we're just gonna get into the video. While I'm waiting for my discard to warm up and become a little livelier, I'm gonna put the water and the milk, honey, and 4 cups of flour in. So it's just ready to go. Okay, the first cup is gonna go in now. I still don't think this is the best consistency of my starter. It should just kind of fall. It shouldn't have to be coerced and get sticky, but you know, this is the first time I put it in the oven. If you don't know, the #1 reason I started this channel is because my lovely, lovely husband set my starter. He baked it in the oven because that's where I was storing it because it was winter time. And so I was like, well, I have to start a new starter anyway. I might as well show other people how I did it. And then that's how this started. And if you haven't seen that first video and you're still not sure what a starter is or how to start it, or it just seems overwhelming to you, start there because you see past me really trying my best to do everything correctly, and then, you know, still new to the process. So there's things that I'm working out with you in real time versus now where I'm just kind of doing it on autopilot. It might help you a little bit more if you're still unsure. Okay, as far as water, we're gonna do 2 cups and 1/4. It doesn't say what kind of water, it just says water. So we're just gonna use tap water. So I'm gonna need 4 of these. 1/2 cup, 1 cup, 1/2 cup again. Okay, there's 2 cups. And then 1/3 cup of honey. This might be the last of it. Let's see. And then I think it's like 3/4 of a cup of warm milk. So kind of what we do with our cinnamon rolls. I'm learning that might be the secret key to activating everything. Yep, this is all of it. Now I'm gonna grab 3/4 of a cup of milk, and then I'm gonna put it in the microwave like I do for the cinnamon rolls, and then we'll be back. While I'm waiting for the milk to cool down, I'm gonna put the rest of the sourdough in here. This is all of my discard, so I'm happy I'm using this up. And then I'm gonna let this sit for 20 minutes, and then it says combine, and then we're gonna knead it, and then we're gonna let it sit. It says it can be overnight or it can be 8 hours, so I might come back after work today and then just kind of finish it. Okay, still waiting on the milk. So the next thing I'm gonna do is add the 4 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm trying to keep track. Here's 1 cup. Here's 4 cups. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna put this milk in. Okay, in 20 minutes I'll be back. A little bit longer than 20 minutes, but this is what it's looking like. Now I need to add more honey, which I don't think I have, and more flour, which I also don't think I have. By the grace of God, I've got more honey. Here we go. 1/3 cup of honey going in. Here is all of the honey in. Now I'm gonna add 3 cups of flour. Okay. Here's 1 cup. Okay, we're using regular salt because I don't have French gray coarse salt. There's salt. Now the butter. Melted butter going in. This thing is massive. Can you see how much of the bowl it's taking up? Holy cow. This has got to make like 50 rolls. Okay, so I'm gonna flour the surface now. It doesn't say to combine this, but I'm not gonna pour this out on the counter like this, so I'm gonna combine it first and then pour it out. I'm gonna try to pour this out. I think it's gonna be awful. Okay, this is gnarly. I hope this comes together, because if not, this is bad. That is so bad. Okay, here we go. It says I can knead it for 10 minutes, so I'm gonna add this much flour and just hope it comes together. It says add as much as you need for it to become less sticky, so that's what we're gonna do. Oh gosh, this is so bad. There's no way this is real. Okay, it's starting to unstick to my hands, so I think I might be able to go in with 2 in a minute. Go in with both of my hands and start kneading it for real. I think. I need a little bit more flour. All right, I'm gonna knead this for 10 minutes and then we'll come back and we'll see what it looks like. Look at how massive this thing is. Like, this is the size of my hand for reference. This thing is huge. Okay, so it needs to rest for 8 hours. I'm gonna use a bowl that might be able to handle this because of how huge this is. And I'm just gonna put a towel over it like I normally do and then set it aside for 8 hours. Transfer it over. Come on, buddy. And then place towel over him. Gets the same treatment as everyone else. And then I'm gonna set him aside for 8 hours. Okay guys, it's been 8 hours. Let's see what we're working with. That is massive. Do you see that? It says you can get 18 rolls out of here, but my friend said she got 30 and they were decent size. So what I'm gonna try to do is just lay this puppy out. And then we're gonna weigh out. It smells delicious. Wow. Okay, we're just gonna try to weigh out and see what we can get out of here. So, with that, let's just start cutting. Let's do grams. I don't even know where to start. Like, just something like this. Let's roll it together first and see what it seems like. I mean, that looks like a good sized little dough ball. Okay, what is this running? 76. Let's make it, should we make it 80 or 75 or 70? Let's do 70. 70. On to the next. Okay, this is all of them. I just counted and there's exactly 35. So out of that giant hunk, we got 35 smaller size buns, but I think it'll be good just to have some butter with on this side. I am going to literally roll them all up super tight, put them on the baking tray, and then stick them in the fridge until I'm ready to bake them. So then I'll take them out and let them do the second rise, but I think it's actually okay if I just let it do its thing, because the next thing will be baking. So I'm gonna do that. I don't know how many I can get to roll each section into tight balls, place close together on a baking sheet, cover and let rise. Okay. So I'm gonna help it along, and then I'm just gonna This makes me feel like Paul Hollywood whenever I see him do it on the show. Okay, now I'm just gonna cover them up. Okay, here's the last 8 with the tiny little one. We'll see how it does tomorrow. Have my oven heating up, and then I'm just gonna let these sit out and rise while I wait. Okay, this is what they look like after they've been thawing and rising. Okay. Not what I expected, but not bad. And this is the remaining little 6. Oh, that one's grown a little bit. Going in for 30 minutes. Okay, it's about to be done, so I'm gonna melt some butter so I can put it directly on it when it comes out of the oven. Oh, yum. They smell good. This is what they're looking like. Okay, I'm going to immediately cover it with some melted butter. Oh, that brings a pretty color. Really pretty, look at that difference, wow. Okay, this is what they're looking like after they've gotten a little butter bath. How cute. These look really good. These are our extra ones. It's a really good coloring too. How stinking precious. Okay. Okay, preheating the oven, 350. I did leave these spread out overnight without it being covered, so that's why we're using it as stuffing now. Okay, 1-inch cubes. I'm not very good at measurements, so I'm gonna say that's about 1 inch. And we're gonna need 1 pound of this. So, be cutting for a little while. I'm guessing this is right, I have no idea. Okay, completed that. Now it says just to put it all on a tray, on a baking sheet, and then it'll go in the oven. So that's what we're gonna do now. Going in for 20 minutes. Now we're gonna cut up the celery. It says to do in half. And then all the way down.
Yep. And when you get to the edge, you just take that bit and throw it away. Yeah. Ta-da.
Now it says to take the sprigs and remove all of the thyme. That's what we've got here. Nothing but thyme. How do you even get this off? Holy cow, it's like super glued. They make it look so easy on the shows. I don't even think I'm getting any of this. It says 10 sprigs. If I use my fingers, then it comes off with it. Is that supposed to happen? I don't know. It doesn't feel right. My husband learned how to do that one day when he was trying to make I don't remember what he was trying to make, like a stew or something, or like a soup. So I knew he'd be really excited to show that. Also, it helped cut down on me trying to figure out how to do it. Because once again, we are on my lunch break doing this, and we've got a little bit of time left, but not much. So I'm trying to get this done as quickly as possible, and then it says to literally just like cut it up. I'm just gonna okay, I'm calling that good. I'm gonna put it in the pot now. Okay, so I'm adding tablespoons of butter. Gonna let that kind of melt down. Right.
My puppy better.
I'm adding 2 more tablespoons of butter, and I'm gonna melt that down so it has something to allow it to sweat out the onions and for the vegetables to become translucent. Oh, those look good. Yeah, that looks lovely. So right out of the oven, this is what they're looking like. They look good. Nice and toasted and golden brown like it said. So, very happy. While I'm waiting for that to sweat out, I'm gonna grab the sage, and I love this. The way this feels like lamb's ear. I'm a big fan of that. It says 10 to 12, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it smells good too. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's get a big one. 12. I wonder if I could replant these and get my own. I just like the way it feels more than anything. Okay, and then I'm just gonna chop this the same way I chopped the other one, because I don't know how to actually chop it. I've seen people do this, aka my mom. And I feel like eventually it gets chopped, so. Every person that actually cooks is like cringing right now because of what I'm saying probably, or what I'm doing. I really don't do this because I don't like, this is what I was talking to my friend about the other day. I don't like the fact that it says about, or, you know, a pinch or whatever. Cooking is very fluid, and I like to know, you need 12 of this. You need 1 tablespoon of this. You need 1/4 of a teaspoon of this. And that's how I get the end result. I don't like the fact that I can like be free with it, because if I'm gonna be free with it, then I'm gonna mess it up. Anyway, that's ready. Let's check in on our vegetables. Now these are our vegetables. I think they're actually pretty softened, so I'm gonna add more butter and then the sage and then some chicken broth. Okay. Those are good to go. Now I'm gonna add our sage and our butter, which is already in there, because I forgot to film it. Let this get mixed around, and then I'm going to add 3.5 to 4 cups of chicken broth. Okay, 2 cups of broth going in now. Now I just need to add, mix that around. I'm going to add some pepper, and I'm going to add some salt as well. Then I'm just going to do a final mix. And now I need to put our breadcrumbs, or whatever you want to call them, in a large bowl, and then this needs to go over top of it, and I need to make sure it's fully coated before I put it in the casserole dish that we're then gonna bake for 40 minutes. So that's a lot, but we're gonna get it done. Okay, this is the biggest bowl I have, so hoping for the best here. I'm not quite sure how it's gonna go, but we're gonna try. This is cool now. Done with that. And then here comes the nerve-wracking part. I'm gonna say that's fully coated. I don't really know. Baking dish here. And we're just gonna transfer it in. Okay, here we go, parsley flakes. Okay, this is what it looks like before it goes in. So let's get a good, pretty look at it. I'm gonna put it in the oven for 40 minutes. It's going in now. Here we go. Oh, wow. You see that? It looks really, really good. This is what it's looking like straight out of the oven. Smells delicious. Looks great too. How fun. Very happy with this. Very, very happy. Except for that one little burnt piece right there, but that's okay. This is it fully out of the oven. All complete. I'm gonna cut it up now and see how it tastes. It smells really good. I don't know, do you just eat like